Welcome to the All-Star Planning Podcast. My name is Kelsey, and this is the place where I talk all things teacher lesson plans. I am tired. I'm tired. Are you like me? We're in this weird spot between Christmas break and spring break, and it's hard to keep going. Like 5 days a week, every single day, we're just going and going and going. We have a few exceptions here and there for days off, but it's hard, man. So today I'm going to deliver to you a few of my tips to help maintain teacher energy, because I feel like I've gotten way better at this over the years. I mean, first and second year teachers are just tired people in general. But I don't think that it's part of just getting practice at being a teacher. I think you need practice in this particular skill set of maintaining energy, and just overall feeling like excited for the day, especially when, there's only a few hours of sunlight. I'm in New York, so like the further up you go, like the further from the equator, the fewer daylight hours you have in the wintertime. So all my people down south, I am a little bit jealous. You might be jealous of the snow that I get, but let me tell you, it's nothing special, okay? I'd rather have a few more hours of daylight. So because I'm kind of in this weird, yucky February spot, I wanted to share some of my tips for maintaining teacher energy. So a few are the basics that I'm sure you already know, but in case you need a reminder, number one is caffeine. I like my caffeine in the form of coffee and tea and chocolate. Yes, chocolate has some small amounts of caffeine. There's also sugar in there that helps quite a bit. I don't drink anything special for coffee. I just drink black coffee. Really from anywhere. In fact, I'll tell you this, 7-Eleven has the best coffee. It's in the big urns, and you do it yourself with the cup. 7-Eleven has the best coffee. Then, I usually make it myself at home. Like, it's not anything special. In terms of tea, I'll drink just about any tea. Again, I just drink it like the tea bag in hot water, and that's it. I will say though, if I'm gonna go quote fancy on my tea, my favorite is it's a white tea from David's Teas, and that is called Buddha's Blend. It's like a little floral, kind of sweet and fruity, very light, very easy to drink. I also like a lot of their teas iced. Anyways, I love tea. I keep a bunch of tea bags at school for the days where I'm just feeling a little worn out. And I like tea in the afternoon because it gives me a little bit of a caffeine boost, but not too much that I can't sleep. Because the next tip is getting the right amount of sleep for your body. I'm not going to tell you to get 8 hours. I'm not going to tell you to get 10 hours because everybody's body is different. Some people function best on 6 hours. I'm a little jealous of you people. It's kind of strange for me. If I sleep 7 hours, I'm good. If I sleep 9 hours, I'm good. If I sleep 8 hours, I'm a little groggy. That probably has to do with like my REM cycle. I'm not a scientist in terms of biology. Why did I just say it like that? I'm not a biologist, so I don't know how your brain works with sleep, but all I know is that when I get an odd number of hours of sleep, I feel better than if I got an even number of hours. I can't quite explain that one. So just make sure that you're getting the proper amount of sleep for your body. Now, if you can't sleep, there are a few things that you can do. One is pull back on the caffeine. I know there's lots of tricks for sleeping. I can't really help you out here because I'm the type of person, my head hits the pillow and I'm out. And I thank my lucky stars every single day for that, because I know that falling asleep is a struggle for a lot of people. My husband is one of those people, and I'll tell you, he has a lot of strategies. Some days it's melatonin. Some days he has like dinner late because having a full belly will help him to sleep, as opposed to being like less full. He also has sleep headphones that he puts on, and he'll like listen to like a soothing type of music. It can't be white noise though, because white noise is on a cycle. So it'll be like a 30-minute cycle of noise, and then on minute 31 it restarts, and he knows when it restarts. he's a special kind of person, but that's what we have. Another thing that you can do to help you fall asleep is to only sleep in your bed. Don't read in bed. Don't watch TV in bed. Stay off your phone in bed. It kind of trains your brain that your bed is for sleeping. The same way that, like, when you hear running water, you need to use the bathroom. You kind of like retrain your brain that, like, once you go to bed, you go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's body functions differently, so you're going to have to, like, kind of experiment with this and figure out what works best for you. But your body needs the appropriate amount of sleep. Your body functions in a way where it gets the right amount of sleep, and then it works at 90+%. That is the kind of sleep that you need to be getting. Don't stay up late. It's not that good for you. Next is going to be having a good diet. This one is hard, especially for me. I am the type of person, especially in the early years, I would eat a lot of Easy Mac. I would get Taco Bell on the way home just because it was quick and easy, and it was one less thing that my brain had to think about during the day, which I needed. My brain, actually, here's the thing. I read in a book called The One Thing that your brain has a certain amount of decision-making power in a day, and it kind of waxes and wanes. So in the beginning of the day, you have a lot of good decision-making power. Then you kind of get like your mid-afternoon slump. And then, you know, the 3-4 o'clock hour, you do okay. And then you go back into a slump. That was me every single day. I would have good decision-making power in the morning. Right after lunch, I'd be kind of tired. And then after my second coffee, because it was coffee back then, you know, I'd kind of get my energy back. And then on my way home, I'd be like, man, I'm starving. I don't even want to think about cooking dinner. I don't want to think about what to... I didn't want to think about anything. For years, I have been dreaming about that bubble gum that is in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Is that the name of the movie? The original. The Gene Wilder one. And there's the bubble gum, and it turns the girl into a blueberry. But it's a whole meal. And it feels like a whole meal. And she talks about how she can, like, taste the gravy while she's chewing it like it's a turkey dinner. That is what I want. If I could just have a piece of bubble gum, that would be a meal, and I would get my proper nutrition, and I would never have to cook or clean dishes or think about food ever again. I would be the world's happiest woman, okay? And I think the world just generally would be a happier place. But if I could have that power, I would be very, very happy. I'm going to tell you right here and right now, don't stop and get Taco Bell. Don't do it. Don't stop and get McDonald's. Don't do it. If you're going to stop anywhere, go inside the grocery store. I'm sure that as soon as you walk in the grocery store, you're approaching the produce section. Go there, go get a salad bag, and then go to the express line. Don't go get cookies, don't go get potato chips. Go get a salad bag, and then go to the express line and leave immediately, right after. You will be happier because your belly will be full, you will be hydrated, you will be full of good vitamins, and you probably would have spent the same amount of money at Taco Bell or McDonald's getting garbage, but instead you have like a nice salad and your body will be happier for it, okay? I have taken this advice a few times, and let me tell you, my body is very happy when I do these things because, you know, when you treat your body well, your body treats you well. So when you are getting a good diet, you're getting good hydration, you're getting your good sleep, your body will reward you with energy. This is so crazy that this is like a podcast episode that, like, hey, Kelsey of the present, what would Kelsey of the past really need to hear? Because that's how I kind of come up with these episode ideas. What does Kelsey of the past need to hear from you now? What lessons can I share with people that I have learned along the way that can help to make their teacher lives better? And this is one of them. Stop getting Taco Bell. My waistline is better for it too, I'll tell you that much. Not that any of you need to be concerned with your waistline. It's just, you know, that was a personal thing for me. It was too much Taco Bell, okay? It was too much. And then I would also eat Easy Mac at lunch because I couldn't think about prepping a real healthy lunch to bring with me to work every day. I couldn't afford the time to go out on my lunch break and go get something healthy like from a deli next door and go get like a nice beautiful salad. I couldn't go get a nice sandwich. Like I had to just eat whatever was available. Like I would eat a giant bag of chips and Easy Mac and that would be my day, and then I'd get Taco Bell on the way home. I'm surprised that I'm not less healthy than I actually am. Like, this body is resilient, I can tell you that much. But I regret ever putting my body through that challenge because it was draining. Okay, so go get yourself a salad bag. Last one is another one that I struggle with, and that is exercise. I am not a person who enjoys exercise, not one bit. I like mental exercises, I like puzzles. I don't like exercise. I will occasionally take my dog on a WALK. I can't say it because he's sitting right over here. But that's like the bulk of my exercise. When I teach in person, I am like dancing and moving around the room. So like for all you step counters, I usually do get my steps, although I haven't been counting for years. But I'm really just not an exercise person. But I can tell you that on the rare occasions that I do exercise, I feel better. There is science that says that when you exercise, you don't actually get more tired, you wake up a bit. So this is why a lot of people exercise more so in the morning than they do in the evenings, because it kind of like gets your body riled up a little bit. But I do know that overall, when you exercise, it helps you to sleep better, going back to the sleep one, but also it helps to give you some energy. So whether you are exercising in the morning or in the afternoons after work, if you are getting up and moving, your body is going to reward you with energy. Somebody in my school, actually, on her lunch break, she eats like lightning fast, and then she'll go outside and just go walk the track for a few laps and then come back in. It doesn't matter if it is 12 degrees or 90 degrees. She does it every single day, I think, unless it's raining. But you know, good for her. She's awesome. She rocks the house, and she gets her body moving every single day, and her body rewards her with energy. So that is a quick option if you feel like you have nothing else to do, no time to do anything. I actually really enjoy, I've been doing it for a few months now. I have this really cheapy, like old lady type of exercise bike. I paid just over $100 for it on Amazon. It's not the type of bike that you can stand up on and like really get a workout, but you just like sit on it. I put the resistance up really, really high, so it gives my thighs a nice good workout because I gotta like push the pedals really hard. But I just will put on like the news or Netflix for like 15-20 minutes. Before Netflix pulled The Office, I would watch The Office, just one episode, a quick 20 minutes, and I would just push the pedals, and that was it. And it was really just like the muscle burning kind of woke me up a little bit, and then just overall I felt better. So that's an option. I'll link the bike in the show notes if you're interested. I've been using it for almost a year now. I like it, but it's nothing close to like those big crazy exercise bikes that everybody's into right now. I figured I'd, try like a grandma bike, and then and then if I developed a habit and I liked it, then maybe I would go invest in one of those big crazy bikes. But I have decided I don't like exercise, so that's probably not gonna happen. I'll just stick to my bike that like I ride through the neighborhood. Just go find a hilly part of town and ride that. But that's another one. If you need some energy, go try to exercise. I know a lot of people also enjoy like yoga or Pilates, because that's kind of like a low, it's hard, but it's not like a gross, yucky, sweaty type of jogging, running type of thing. I personally like dancing, so not that I'm talented at all, nor are those Zumba classes really like up my alley. But I find that those things are more fun, and I'm kind of distracted, and I don't really realize that I'm exercising. But that is also an option, even if it's just a dance party like in your classroom, if it's a dance party with like your own children at home. just move around. Your body will thank you for it. Maintaining teacher energy is not just a physical thing, it's also a mental thing. And there are plenty of ways that you can up or maintain your mental energy, but I'm going to tell you the best way is to take care of yourself. Self-care. I used to really detest the term self-care because I thought it was like bubble baths and face masks and like all these little spa day things that you see on the internet and like the girls on Instagram. No, that's not what self-care actually means. Self-care really means taking care of yourself. And for me, self-care is really alone time. I just need like 20 minutes of silence to myself to just kind of be my own little bubble and away from the world. That's what I need. Sometimes I literally just sit and stare at the ceiling. In fact, I do this in my classroom sometimes. I turn off all the lights, I lock the door, I make it seem like I'm not in my room. It's on my lunch period. And I will go hide in the back of the classroom and I will lay on the counter because I don't want to lay on the floor. And I'll just stare at the ceiling. And that is self-care for me some days. It's not often. There are some days I take the long way home on purpose because I just need to sit in the car and decompress. I love driving with my windows down really fast. I have to take a highway to get home, so it actually really works. And on days where it's like 60-ish, 70-ish degrees, oh my God, it's one of the biggest things that'll mark a good day for me is being able to drive home with my windows down. I love it. Some days it just means sitting down at the computer and writing a blog post. And I don't know why my brain operates this way, but sometimes just sitting and writing a blog post, blasting some really good music, and usually, I'm going to tell you, it is explicit music or it's the Greatest Showman soundtrack. I don't know why my music is very interesting. It'll also sometimes be Frank Sinatra. There are days where I will just take a really long shower. A really long shower. Like almost until the water runs cold. That is a version of self-care for me. Because I'm in there obviously longer than I need to be, but it's just like getting away from the world and just kind of putting myself in my own little bubble. That's my version of self-care. For some people, it is like they thrive with exercise. They thrive on yoga. They thrive reading a book. I have a back massager I got on Amazon. I will also link that in the show notes because that thing is stellar. All I need is like 5 minutes with that thing. It's a shiatsu massager, so it's kind of like this, it almost looks like a shawl, and you wrap it around your back or shoulders, and it has these rotating plastic balls, and you just kind of like pull the massager into your back. Oh my, it's good. It is good. I actually have a blog post. It is the 10 things that are keeping me sane during distance learning, I think it's called. There's 10 things on the list, but I'll tell you the best thing on the list is the back massager. That will turn, it literally like flips a switch in my emotions. I can't explain it. All I know is that back massager is stellar, fantastic. What else? Sometimes it's crafting. I really love to just sit and do a puzzle. Again, self-care doesn't have to be something like frilly. It doesn't have to be something expensive. It doesn't need to be something that you splurge on, but you need to take some time for just yourself. I need like 10 minutes a day, sometimes 20. Maybe you're a person who needs an hour a day. Maybe you're a person who needs an hour a week. Maybe you only need one day a month. I don't know how your time needs to be divided up, but I need a little snippet every single day. Otherwise, I get gross. Every part of me just feels like, bleh. Figure out what works for you and then actually do it. And if you can't figure out how to get time in there to do it, then make an appointment. Like the Grinch when he says, I have dinner with myself at 6 o'clock. I can't cancel that again. That needs to be your attitude about your self-care, okay? If you are not energetic, if you are not happy, if you are not feeling it, nothing that you do is going to be great, okay? Everything is just going to be average, subpar, kind of meh, because you're kind of meh, okay? Just think of it this way. If you're baking a cake and you have some eggs that you're going to put into this cake and they're kind of just like, eh, they're not fresh eggs, they're not good eggs, they're just kind of meh, then your cake is going to kind of be meh. Whatever you put in is what you get out. So you have to make sure that you take care of yourself and get that part down so that everything that you do and create and put out into the world reflects how you're feeling. Okay, so schedule it in. I'm telling you now, schedule it in. I give myself 10 minutes every day because that's all I need. I think when you first get started, you need more time, and then as you get better at it, at maintaining your energy and kind of building a habit out of this, you need less time in order to get it done, and that's okay. It's okay if that doesn't happen. Just make sure that you are scheduling time for yourself to fix whatever it is about you that needs to be fixed. For me, a lot of the time, it's just decompression. I need to just push the day away. Sometimes it's even making a to-do list for the following day so that my brain can just be turned off. That's another big one for me. Okay. Final way that I suggest that you kind of get your teacher energy where it needs to be, have a plan. Your lesson plans and your curriculum, when they are shiny and beautiful, and you know what you're teaching the next day, and you know what you're teaching a week from now, and your standards are all connected and aligned, your stress level comes down quite a bit. I think I'm a testament to that. I am a full-time teacher. I have a blog. I have a podcast. I do a bunch of stuff here. I mean, this is a video show. It's an audio show. I have to edit both of those. I write the blog posts. I edit the blog posts. I'm on Pinterest. I do all of these things. And it's not because I feel like I have to. I do it because I enjoy it. But I am able to because my curriculums are lined up. I'm not working after hours. Everything that needs to get done gets done during contract hours. And because I'm getting them done during contract hours, I have all this free time. I don't feel stressed out about my lessons. I don't feel stressed out about, are my kids going to be prepared for the final exam? Are the kids going to be ready by the end of the school year? Are the kids learning? Are the kids happy? I know all of this stuff, and there's a lot of pieces to it, but it primarily comes down to the fact that my curriculum is planned out, and I have my methods down. I have an unlimited test retake policy. My kids know it. We use it every single day. That's something that I've been doing for a while, and I have my methods down. And the only reason I'm able to figure out an unlimited retake policy is because I'm not spending all this time writing lesson plans. I'm not trying to figure it all out because I already have it figured out. So all of my time is, like, in terms of work, it's all accounted for. And none of my work stuff is spilling over into my personal time. I will say, for my advanced placement class, I read the textbook at home, usually on my free time. It's actually part of my mental self-care decompression thing. I actually enjoy reading the chemistry textbook. It's okay, you're allowed to laugh at me for that one. But I'll do that on my free time, and then I do like some brand new fun activity things. Like I'll make a brand new escape room because those take hours to do. Brand new activities, like last year I tried to do an Uno game and I simply couldn't figure it out. I worked on it for like 15 hours at home, but I was happy to do it. It was like a fun puzzle thing. It's because I enjoy my job. I like doing those things, and it's like kind of a creative outlet for me. So those are the only things that I do in my free time. Otherwise, everything else is getting done at school, and it's possible. I teach chemistry and AP chemistry, which is new to me this year, and I teach environmental science, which is new to me this year. That's 3 courses. And I had to adjust all of the chemistry stuff to work for a hybrid setting. So I'm telling you, it's possible. If you haven't taken the masterclass, please go take the masterclass. Actually, I'm not asking. I'm telling you. You have to go take the masterclass now. If you haven't done it yet, you have to do it now. You can find it at plan.kelseyreeby.com. If you are having issues with your teacher energy and your stamina and just feeling like generally excited about your job, you need to take the masterclass, because once you figure out how all of the pieces of your course fit together, you will not feel stressed about work. And I can't promise you that you won't feel stressed about work, because the adults in the building will always stress you out. There will always be a few kids that stress you out, but your job, the part that you get paid to do, which is teach children, that won't stress you out anymore. And you can take that one to the bank. Okay, so sign up and take the masterclass. It's free. Again, you can find it at plan.kelseyreeby.com. Otherwise, subscribe to the podcast. I try to keep these things short so that you get your tips and you get moving. Today kind of went a little bit crazy, a little bit more than I anticipated, but I think that this is a very important topic. So I will see you here next Tuesday for the next episode, next tips, because that's what I love to do. I love to share what I know.